Hi, my name is Pai Chu, and this is the 5 minute window. Please share with me 5 minutes, and I hope to give you something about life, God, and the Bible. There is a rhythm to our lives. We rotate between revelation and response. God is always doing something in our lives and saying something to us. That is revelations. And we respond through our lives and prayers. Nebuchadnezzar wakes up in the middle of the night and he has had a nightmare which he has forgotten. No one can tell him what he has dreamed about, not even his astrologers, and so he has decided to execute them. Daniel and his three friends then spend the next night praying to God for the revelation of this dream because they too will be killed with the rest of the magicians of Babylon. By God's grace, he reveals this dream to Daniel. And so now Daniel seeks audience with the king to explain the dream to him. Who is this Nebuchadnezzar? He is the most powerful person in the planet in the first part of the 6th century BC. He has invaded Jerusalem and taken the many articles from the temple back to Babylon. He has killed thousands through his conquests of the nations from Babylon to Egypt. He has enslaved Daniel and brought him back to Babylon to work in his court. And when the astrologers tell him that they cannot reveal the content of his dream, he decides to execute them. So let's be very frank. Is Nebuchadnezzar a nice person? I wonder what goes on through Daniel's mind as he walks to the king's court. This is the man who is responsible for uh, taking him away from his family while he was a young man. This is the man who is responsible for the deaths of many people in Israel. This is the man who will kill him if he does not give the correct interpretation of the dream. Does Nebuchadnezzar deserve to be told what his dream was? And let's be further honest. As we go on through life, there are many Nebuchadnezzars in our lives. We have second thoughts about helping them. They are found in the office, in the school, in the church, and even at home. Do they deserve to be helped? Do they deserve to be told what their dreams were? Daniel chapter 2, 27 to 30. Daniel replied, "No wise man, enchanter, magician, or diviner can explain to the king the mystery he has asked about. But there is a God in heaven who reveals mysteries. He has shown King Nebuchadnezzar what will happen in days to come. Your dream and the visions that passed through your mind as you were lying in bed are these. As your majesty was lying there, your mind turned to the things to come, and the revealer of mysteries showed you what is going to happen. As for me, this mystery has been revealed to me, not because I have greater wisdom than anyone else alive, but so that your majesty may know the interpretation and that you may understand what went through your mind." So Daniel is very emphatic to say that the interpretation of the dream is given to Nebuchadnezzar not because he has greater wisdom than anyone else alive, but that God has decided by his grace to give this interpretation to him, Nebuchadnezzar. So therefore, it is only by grace that Nebuchadnezzar receives this revelation. He doesn't deserve it at all. In fact, he deserves the opposite, as he is responsible for the deaths of many Jews. And if Daniel did not appear in his life, he would have been stuck with the curse of not ever knowing his dream. What is grace? Grace means that we get something we do not deserve at all. Instead, we deserve the opposite. So therefore, the rhythm of life consists of God's revelation and our response. We can only respond to God's revelation. We cannot take any initiative in our lives. The God of grace takes the initiative. And we receive this revelation not because we deserve it. In fact, we deserve the opposite. We do not deserve the revelation at all. By nature, we are blind to the light of God. By nature, we are deaf to the words of God. By God's grace, we can see God's light and hear God's word. So cherish the revelation that God has given to you in your life.